Hello students, good morning everyone. So welcome to our next class. In our previous classes, we have derived the regression equations, that is two types of equations. Derivations are finished, that is derivation of the regression lines y on x and x on y. Now today we will be seeing the properties of regression coefficients. So what are regression coefficients? Byx is the regression coefficient of the line y on x. Similarly, bxy is the regression coefficient of the line x on y. Now we will start the properties of regression coefficients. So similarly, like correlation also, here also we will have properties and we will prove the properties. So coming to the properties, for every property we will be having a proof. Similarly, like the correlation only, here also we will have proofs for all the properties. So coming to the first property. First property is the correlation coefficient is the geometric mean of regression coefficients. So first one is the correlation coefficient is the geometric mean of two regression coefficients. So what is geometric mean? We have all learned in our first year, right? Geometric means it is the root of the product of the variables. So here, for what we have to find the geometric mean? The geometric mean of two regression coefficients. What are the two regression coefficients? Byx and bxy. So if you find the geometric mean between these two, then the answer should be the correlation coefficient. So what is the correlation coefficient? R. Correlation coefficient is denoted with R, right? So if you find the geometric mean between these two coefficients, then you have to get the answer as R. Now we will see the proof for it. So coming to the proof, first we have to write the two regression coefficients. So first write down the regression coefficient of y on x. Regression coefficient of y on x. So y on x means it is denoted with byx. So byx equals to r into sigma y by sigma x. So this is byx value. Next write down the regression coefficient of x on y. Regression coefficient of x on y. So x on y regression coefficient it is denoted with bxy, and bxy is equals to r into sigma x by sigma y. So these are the two regression coefficients. So how will find the geometric mean? Now the geometric mean of two regression coefficients is given as, so how we write the geometric mean? Under root of the product of the variables. So how many values we have here? Only 2. So under root of byx into bxy, which is equals to under root of byx into bxy. Now substitute the values of byx and bxy. You will get it as under root. What is the byx value? Here r into sigma y by sigma x into the second term bxy value is r into sigma x sigma y. Now cancel sigma x, sigma y are cancelled. So what is the left out term? Under root r square, which is nothing but r. So what is r? Which is the correlation coefficient. Which is the correlation coefficient. Hence proved, right? If you consider the geometric mean between the two regression coefficient, then you will get the answer as R, which is the Karl-Pearson correlation coefficient. So this is the first one. Now we'll go to the second one. So second property is we have two regression coefficients, right? That is Byx and Bxy. So what is the condition here means if one value, that is one among the Byx and Bxy, if one is greater than 1, then the other value will be less than 1. So here we have two values, right? Byx and Bxy. Suppose this Byx is greater than 1, then obviously this Bxy will be less than 1. Suppose if Bxy is greater than 1, then automatically Byx will become less than 1. So now we will prove this one. So first write down the statement. If one regression coefficient is greater than unity, so here unity means 1, so is greater than unity, then other is less than unity. So what we have to prove? That is, if Byx is greater than 1, which implies that Bxy is less than 1. So similarly, if Bxy is greater than 1, which implies that Byx is less than 1. Now we will prove this theorem. So now for this, start the proof. So first in the proof we will consider that, let us assume that, so first we will start with 1, that is Byx is greater than 1. So let us assume that Byx is greater than 1. So if Byx is greater than 1, that implies that its reciprocal 1 by Byx is less than 1. So keep it as equation 1. And next is, we know that, so from the properties of correlation coefficient. What is the first property of correlation coefficient? That R lies between -1 and +1, right? So we know that R lies between -1 and +1. So this can be written as R square is less than or equals to 1. So in the same property, we got that R square value is less than or equals to 1. So consider that one, R square is less than or equals to 1. So since from the property 1, so what is the first property? R is the geometric mean between the two regression coefficients. So in place of R, I can take the geometric mean of two regression coefficients. So what is the geometric mean? Square root of two regression coefficients. That is under root Byx into Bxy. This is R value, right? So R square is less than or equals to 1. So that square and root gets cancelled. You will be having only Byx into Bxy is less than or equals to 1. So now we have to prove that Bxy is less than 1. So here we have considered Byx is greater than 1. So what I am doing is, here Bxy is less than or equals to, I'm sending this yx to that side, it will become 1 by b by x. Now from equation 1. So what is equation 1? In equation 1 we know that b by x is less than 1. So this can be written as bxy is less than or equals to 1 minus b by x, which is less than 1. So by using the equation 1, we are getting that this value is less than 1. So obviously, which implies that bxy is less than 1. So what we have considered in the starting, b by x is greater than 1. So we got that bxy is less than 1. So similarly, you can prove it. You can do in the reverse order also, that is, you can consider bxy greater than 1 and you can prove that b by x is less than 1. So this is the second property. If you want, you can do you can consider bxy also. Now we'll move on to the third property. So the third property is regression coefficients are independent of change of origin but not scale. Regression coefficients are independent of change of origin but not scale. So whereas when we have considered the correlation coefficient, there it was independent of both change of origin and change of scale. But in this case, the regression coefficients are independent of change of origin. That means if you change the origin, you may get the same answers. But they are not independent of change of scale. So if you change the scale, then you may get the difference in the answers. Now we will see the proof for it. So first write down the regression coefficients. First the regression coefficient of y on x. Regression coefficient of y on x. It is given by b by x equals to r into sigma y by sigma x. So similarly write down the regression coefficient of x on y. Regression coefficient of x on y. So it is denoted with bxy. Bxy equals to r into sigma x by sigma y. Now what we have to prove? It is independent of change of origin but not scale. So for this we will consider the correlation coefficient properties. So from the correlation properties we know that r of x comma y is equals to r of u comma v. So that is, it is independent of both origin and scale. So what is the u value? U equals to x minus a by h and v equals to y minus b by k, where a and b are the change in the origins and h and k are the changes in the scale. And in that regression correlation properties, we have proved that sigma x equals to k into sigma u and sigma y equals to h into sigma u and sigma y equals to k into sigma v. So we have done all the proofs for this in our correlation coefficient. So we will be considering these properties to prove this theorem. So we have sigma x value, sigma y value and k into sigma. So if you observe here, while writing also we have written that b by x equals to r into sigma y by sigma x. So this can be written as covariance of x comma y by sigma x square, and this can be written as covariance of x comma y by sigma y square. So now the next step is, in place of r, so here we are changing origin and scale, right? So consider first b by x. So b by x what is sigma y value? Sigma y is k into sigma v by what is sigma x value? H into sigma u. So if you observe this one, k by h, you write it as a constant outside, you will get r of u comma v into sigma v by sigma u. So if you observe, it is in the form of r into sigma x, sigma y by sigma x. So r into sigma y by sigma x is nothing but b by x. So this, in place of x we have u, in place of y we have v. So this can be written as k by h into b of u comma v. So this can be written, if you observe this one, r into sigma y by sigma x, nothing but sigma b by x. So you don't need, you have to not write in brackets. This can be written as BVU. Since b by x equals to r into sigma y by sigma x, compare that one with this formula, you will get it as BVU. If you observe, b by x is equals to k by h into BVU. So you are getting yx equals to VU, but whatever the yx values are there, if you change, that are dependent on the scales. What are this k and h? K and h are the scales, right? So your regression coefficients are dependent on the scale values. They are not independent. They are independent of change of only the origins, but scale values are present. That means it is dependent on the scale value. Similarly, you can observe it for the bxy also. So what is bxy? Bxy equals to r into, right? R of u comma v into, what is bxy formula? R into sigma x by sigma y. So what is sigma x value? H into sigma u by k into sigma v. So if you observe, k by h is constant, r into sigma u by sigma v can be written as b u v. So bxy is also dependent on the k and h values. So what are k and h values? They are the scales. So always the regression coefficients, they are dependent on the scale. They are only independent on the change of origins, but not on scale. So this is the third property. Now next you will see the fourth property. So coming to the fourth property is the arithmetic mean of regression coefficient. The arithmetic mean of regression coefficients is greater than the correlation coefficient. Greater than the correlation coefficient. So what is arithmetic mean? Arithmetic mean is the general mean what we use, that is sum of observations by number of observations. So how many regression coefficients we have? 2 regression coefficients. What are those? byx and bxy. So if you add bxy plus byx divided by 2, you will get the arithmetic mean. So whatever the arithmetic mean is there, that answer should be always greater than the correlation coefficients. So what is correlation coefficient? It is r. That means we have to prove that byx plus bxy divided by 2 is greater than r. So this is the fourth property. Now we will see the proof for it. So coming to the proof. So first write the regression coefficients. The regression coefficient of y on x it is denoted with b by x equals to r into sigma y by equals to r into sigma x by sigma y. So these are the two regression coefficients. Now what we have to find? We have to find the arithmetic mean. So write down the arithmetic mean. The arithmetic mean of two regression coefficients is, so how do you write the arithmetic mean? Byx plus bxy by 2. So first we will have to find the arithmetic mean. So before finding arithmetic mean, we are assuming that it is greater than r. So first only we will make an assumption that this value is greater than 1 and check whether it is greater than 1 or greater than r or not. So first let us assume it is greater than r. So greater than r means byx plus bxy by 2 is greater than r. So first we are assuming this value. After assuming, substitute the byx and bxy values. So 1 by 2 is constant. Now substitute byx value. What is byx? R into sigma y by sigma x plus r into sigma x by sigma y is greater than r. Now from these two terms, r is constant, right? R is common, right? So take out r common, you will get r by 2 into sigma y by sigma x plus sigma x by sigma y, which is greater than r. R and r gets cancelled. So if they both get cancelled, you will be getting only 1 by 2 into, take the LCM. What is the LCM? Sigma x, sigma y is the LCM. Now if you observe, here sigma y is there, so you multiply with sigma y square plus sigma x square is greater than 1. Write sigma y square plus sigma x square. So the sigma y square plus sigma x square is greater than, send this denominator 2 into sigma x into sigma y, send to the right hand side, you will get 2 into sigma x into sigma y. Now next what we do is, this 2 into sigma x sigma y, I am bringing to the left side again. Since it is positive, it will become negative. That is sigma y square plus sigma x square minus 2 into sigma x sigma y is greater than 0. So if you observe this one, this is in the form of a square plus b square minus 2ab. So what is a square plus b square minus 2ab can be written as a minus b whole square. So in place of a we have sigma y, in place of b we have sigma x. So this can be written as sigma y minus sigma x whole square is greater than 0. Now if you observe, what are sigma y and sigma x? Sigma y and sigma x are the standard deviations. So always standard deviations are greater than 0, and it is also, they are positive terms. Greater than 0 means they are positive terms, right? So these positive terms, if you do square, you will get a positive term only. So clearly this value is greater than 0 is the correct assumption. So what is the assumption we took? Whatever the answer we got, since this is correct, we can say that the assumption we took, that is correct. That is, since they are all the positive terms, since sigma y, sigma x are non-negative terms, and square of a positive terms is also a positive term only, that is greater than 0, our assumption is correct. What is our assumption? Byx plus bxy by 2 is greater than r. Since square of positive terms is greater than 0, since the square of positive terms is greater than 0, byx plus bxy divided by 2 is greater than r. So that means the arithmetic mean between the two regression coefficient is always greater than the correlation coefficient. So these are the four properties for the regression coefficient. So this is a very important questions from the exam point of view also. First property is the correlation coefficient is the geometric mean of two regression coefficients. So geometric mean means square root of the product of the variables. So if you consider the square root of byx and bxy, you have to get the answer r. Second property is if one regression coefficient is greater than unity, other is less than unity. So here first we will consider byx is greater than 1 and we will prove that bxy is less than 1. You can also prove bxy, you can also consider bxy greater than 1 and hence you will be proving byx less than 1. Now next third one is regression coefficients are independent of change of origin but not scale. So for this proof we will be considering the correlation coefficient property. You will consider r of x comma y equals to r of u comma v, where u equals to x minus a by h and b equals to y minus b by k. So and we also know that sigma x equals to x minus a by h into sigma u, and similarly we will find sigma y also k into sigma v. So by substituting those values in byx and bxy, we will get the answers in terms of k's and h. So that means that bxy's are dependent on k and h. K and h are nothing but the scale, changes in the scale. So always the regression coefficients are independent of origin but not the scale. Next, the last property is the arithmetic mean of regression coefficient is greater than the correlation coefficient. So arithmetic mean means sum of observation by number of observations. That is byx plus bxy is greater than r. We have, for proving this one, first we will assume that it is greater than r only. So after assuming, we will check whether our assumption is correct or not. So these are the properties of regression coefficients. It is a very important topic. Now we will meet in the next class. In the next class we will be doing the angles between the regression coefficients.